नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. हरे कृष्णा. Welcome to today's Sri Bhagavatam discussion, second canto, 7th chapter, from 19th sloka onwards. So we were seeing various Leela avatars of the Lord. So Lord is appearing in many ways and performing many Leelas to attract different kinds of the jivas. Jivas are having the various kinds of the nature, and Lord is all attractive, and to attract them, so he is also performing varieties of leelas. So till now we have discussed many, almost all, some 14 leelas. Now we'll go further. So Vaman, recently we finished Vaman Dev, appearance of Vaman Dev. Okay, we'll continue our discussion. Okay. यद्वैनमुत्पथगतं द्विजवाक्यवज्र. Oh, sorry. It's 9th. तुभ्यं च नारदभृशं भगवान् विवृद्धा भावेन साधु परितुष्ट उवाच योगम्. ज्ञानं च भागवतमात्मसतत्त्वदीपम् यद्वासुदेव शरणाविदुरञ्जसैव. Translation.
O Narada, your thought about the science of God and his transcendental loving service by the personality of Godhead in his incarnation of Hamsavatara, he was very much pleased with you due to your intense proportion of devotional service. He also explained unto you lucidly the full science of devotional service, which is especially understandable by persons who are souls surrendered unto Lord Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead.
As Brahmaji is saying, this Hamsavatara gave the knowledge to Narada. So here in this sloka, yogam means bhakti yogam and also gnanam. Tubhyam cha Narada Brusham Bhagavan Vivruddha Bhavena Sadhu Paritushta Uvacha Yogam. So yoga means what? Yogam, bhakti yogam, gnanam. Two. Tacha gnanam bhakti vishayasya bhaktyashrayasya iti. Dvidam vishaya dvayena aha. So yogam means bhakti yogam and also gnanam cha. Yogam means you should take bhakti yogam, gnanam, also gnanam. Tacha gnanam. Gnanam means what? You should not think that the gnanam means Brahma gnanam, but what? Bhakti vishayasya, bhakti ashrayasya. That means the vishaya of the bhakti and the ashraya of the bhakti. Who is the vishaya of the bhakti? Krishna is the vishaya of the bhakti. And who is the ashraya of the bhakti? Huh? Who is the shelter for the bhakti? Who is the ashraya for the bhakti? Huh? Devotee. Bhakti resides where? In the heart of devotees. Yes or no? So that's why bhakti ashraya is the devotees. So jnanam means these two, about the object of devotion and also about the shelter of the devotion. So, so here Bhagavatam, Gnanam cha Bhagavatam Atmasatatvadipam. Bhagavatam means Bhagavat Saundaryasya Saurabhya Sausharya Saukumarya Madhurya Sadgunya Dhanubhava Rupam Premagamyam Ityartha. So Bhagavatam Gnanam or Bhagavatam Tattvadipam Gnanam. So here Bhagavatam means what you should take? Bhagavat Saundaryasya. Saurabhya Saushvarya. That means all these opulences, 6 opulences, which are these all attained, which are all experienceable actually, and they are all attained through the love. So that is known as Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means, so it is about these 6 qualities which is attained by the prema. So this kind of gnanam, dividam gnanam, about the ashraya and about the vishaya of the bhakti. So who is going to know? Vasudeva Sharanaha. Yad Vasudeva Sharanaha Viduhu Anjasaiva. So whoever is taking the shelter of the Vasudeva, they can easily know this. Sukhenaiva Viduhu. Very easily they can know this knowledge. This Gnanam, Bhagavat Gnanam can be known as Bhagavatam Gnanam can be known by the devotees who are taking the shelter of the Vasudeva with happily. Sukhenava means without any pain. So joyfully they can know that. And then here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, in general, Gnanam सर्वत्रैव शास्त्रेषु ज्ञानादिशब्दाः विशेषण विशेष्य भावं विना भूतत्वेन प्रयुक्ताः ब्रह्मज्ञानादिषु एव रूढाः यथा पंकजादिशब्दाः पद्मादिषु अन्यथा तु यथा योग्यमेव वर्तन्ते इति यौगिक एव यथा ज्ञानं परं मन्महिमं अवभासं यत् सूर्यो भागवतं विदन्ति इति ज्ञानं च यदहैतुकम् इति यन्मित्रं परमानन्दं पूर्णं ब्रह्म सनातनम् इति यथा च पंकजं वर्त्म दुर्गमम् इति. So here actually there are the basically two types of meanings are there for the word. One is Rudhi Artha, another is Yogic Artha. Rudhi and Yogic. Rudhi Artha means, so for example, Pankaja. Pankaja means, what is that? The one which is getting birth from mud. That is a Pankaja. So, but so anything coming from the mud or anything born from the mud is known as Pankaja. But still we say Pankaja means only lotus flower. So that's why here the Pankaja word is given Rudi meaning with what? Lotus flower. But in that's why wherever you see Pankaja, immediately Rudi meaning you will take. What is that? That is lotus flower. Okay. Like similarly, and Pankaja also is nothing but anything which is coming from the mud can be Pankaja. So some places you can take other than this also. So that is also possible. In the same way, that is yogic artha then. Then if something is some kitaka, that means some krimi is taking birth from the mud. Then in that case, that word Pankaja used, so which is describing about that dirty place and otherwise some krimi is there, which is cause for the diseases, something you said. So in that context, you cannot take Pankaja meaning as lotus flower, but you should take it as the yogic artha. That means the one which is getting birth from mud. So that's why by the context, so we can take the so different meaning also. Yogic artha also we can take. So now generally the word gnanam is what is the Rudi artha? For the gnanam, what is the Rudi? That is Brahma gnanam. But here gnanam means what you should take. Since there is a Visheshna is given Bhagavatam gnanam, so that's why here you should take gnanam means not the Brahma gnanam, but the so Bhagavad gnanam you should take. Okay. Huh? Rudhi. Yeah. Rudi is Rudi. Huh? Hmm. Yes. Okay, clear. So that means ultimately what we are understanding. So Narada was told by Hamsa Bhagavan about the Bhagavad Gnanam. And this Gnanam is two types, Bhagavad Vishaya, Bhagavad Ashraya. And that can be achieved. So here, achieved by the devotees very easily. We are taking the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And here Gnanam means you should not take the Brahma Gnanam, which is usually you take. That is a Rudhi meaning. But here we should take Gnanam means so Bhagavad Gnanam. Okay. Mm. Huh? No, no question. Next purport. We'll, we'll focus more on the purports because other than this sloka, other all sloka commentary is just like that. Nothing is there. Commentary is not there. Only for this sloka, little commentary is there. So that's why we'll focus mainly on the purports because but purports are big. So that's why we'll full focus on purports most of the time in today's class. So come to the this first paragraph 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10th line. So the preliminary qualification for entering into the devotional service of the Lord is that one become a willing cooperator and one should be and as such one should voluntarily cooperate with persons who are already engaged in the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. So what is the preliminary qualification for entering into the service of the Lord? Prabhupada is explaining here. What is that? One should be with the cooperating mode. So then he can enter into the service. So what they should do? Whoever is already serving, so they should go and cooperate them. Then they can also get the do the service. So that's why cooperation is a preliminary qualification for doing the service. So cooperation is not there, then there is no possibility of any service. So that is a major important point in the any mundane society also. Cooperation is very much important. So by collectively only we can do any activity. Any activity demands many hands. Single hand we cannot do anything. So that's why cooperation is necessary. Every in the society also everyone is cooperated. You are wearing the clothes, you are using the fan, you are eating the food. Nothing is done by you. So everything is out of cooperation actually. We are giving the some services to them, to the society, and so from the society we are also taking the some services. So fundamental principle is cooperation actually. So that's why communal entity, Jivatma, this human beings are communal entities. There is a cooperation actually. Of course, people say, so I don't want any others' help. I don't want anything from any others. But that is artificial statement actually. You are already getting so much cooperation from many, hundreds and hundreds of people. You are walking on the road. Who made that road? You are using the so many things actually. You are using the bulb light, you are using the fan. If you see in this room, how many people's hands are there behind this, in the having this building? So there is a cooperation actually. And spiritual world also there is a cooperation. All these devotees they cooperate to do the service of the Lord. So that's why cooperation is the most important thing. And one should not, no one should think that I am alone can do and I am alone doing. So, but it's not. Even in the services also, one will think that, oh, okay, this is my batch and these are my followers. So even in that also there is so many people's cooperation is there. Behind any service, so there are, maybe you might be leading, but so behind that temple who are constructed, so they are also having their hand. If some 10 people are coming to so temple and they are becoming devotee, so who made that devotee? Only that preacher? No. Behind that preaching, there are so many people are there. So many people. Whoever constructed the temple, whoever the money brought the money for building the temple, whoever is maintaining now, and so many people are serving deity worship. All together by the cooperation. So things are happening. So that's why in our life we should know, so very carefully we should identify the others service, others contribution. And if you are failing of that, if you fail in that, then you cannot do any activity. Yeah, that means you cannot lead anything actually. As a leader of the any project or anything, you should be knowing the cooperation. That means you are getting behind your success. So if you don't know that, then what will happen? I am doing everywhere. You think that you feel that in every minute, in every word of yours, so that your own ego is reflecting, I am. Then what will happen? One day you will be alone. Everyone will go away from you actually. That's why leader has to identify the others cooperation, what he is getting to get done that activity. Such a purificatory, okay, next, by cooperating with such persons, the prospective candidate will gradually learn the techniques of devotional service, and with the progress of such learning, one becomes proportionately free from the contamination of the material association. So that's why by that, what will happen? So this new devotee will learn from the experts how to do the service carefully. We in our society also, yes, we'll when the new devotee comes, he'll be doing so many mistakes. So especially if you come to the deity worship, so he'll be doing so many mistakes after telling several times. Finally, he will also become expert. So like this, one should work steadily. That means also need to follow the leaders who are leading the service. Next, second paragraph. Such knowledge of devotional service may be divided into two sections, namely preliminary knowledge of the nature of the devotional service and the secondary knowledge of its execution. Prabhupada is also mentioning. So, knowledge, Bhagavad Vishaya, Bhagavad Ashraya, we have seen. So, here Prabhupada is mentioning. So, knowledge is two types. One is the about the about the object, and another is the how to execute that. Yeah. Sambandha, Sambandhitatvam and Avidheyitatvam that we are seeing here. So here, in Bhagavatam is in relation with the personality of Godhead, his beauty, fame, opulence, dignity, attraction, and transcendental qualities, which attract one towards him for exchange of love and affection. Why Prabhupada is writing? This is from the Vishwanath Chakra Thakur commentary. Bhagavatam, Gnanam means, Bhagavatam means what we understood. So which is the knowledge about the six opulences of the Lord. So that's why here it is written Bhagavatam. This there is a natural affinity of the living entity for the loving service of the Lord. This affinity becomes artificially covered by the influence of material association, and Srimad Bhagavatam helps one very genuinely remove that artificial covering. So Jivatma by nature it is the servant of the Lord. Because being a part and parcel of the Lord, its good, its ultimate good is in serving the Lord. So that's why that affinity has to be revived. Therefore, it is particularly mentioned here in that Srimad Bhagavatam acts like the lamp of transcendental knowledge. These two sections of the transcendental knowledge in devotional service become revealed to a person who is a soul surrendered unto Vasudeva. So, who is going to get this knowledge very easily? Whoever is taking the shelter of the Vasudeva. Okay, next. चक्रं च दिक्ष्वहितं दशसु स्वतेजो okay, okay, we'll go in this. चक्रं च दिक्ष्वहितं दशसु स्वतेजो मन्वन्तरेषु मनुवंशधरो बिभर्ति दुष्टेषु राजसु दमं व्यदधात् स्वकीर्तिम् सत्ये त्रिपुष्ट उशतीं पतयं च चरित्रैः Translation. Jai Gopinath. Oh, nobody is there? Okay. क्या नाम है इनका? अक्षय हरिप्रभु.
As the incarnation of Manu, the Lord became the descendant of Manu dynasty and ruled over the miscreant kingly order, subduing them by his powerful wheel weapon. Undeterred in all circumstances, his rule was characterized by his glorious fame, which spread over the three lokas and above them to the planetary system of Satyaloka, the topmost in the universe.
In this sloka, so which avatara is said? Manvantara. Tat tat Manvantara avatara maha. So that means in every Manvantara, Lord appears. So we have 14 Manvantaras. First is Swayambhu Manu. In that Manvantara, Lord appeared. Which who is appearing? Huh? Yajna. And second Manvantara. Okay. Seventh Manvantara. Huh? Vishnu Avatara. Vaman Dev. Vaman Avatar. Yes. So there are the, yeah. Ninth canto, all these Manvantaras and those Manus, not ninth, eighth canto, sorry. Eighth canto, they are all explained. All the Manus. I'm not remembering those names. Okay. So these Manvantara avatars are mentioned here. Oh, Dashasu Tvatejo Manvantareshu Manvamshadharo Vibharti. Dušteshu Rajasu Dhamam Vyadadhat Swakirtyam Satye. Tripuštavashatim Pathayan Charitraihi. So what he is doing? This, what is the duty of this? Subdue the miscreant rulers. So this avatara, so whenever Lord appear in that Manvantara, he will be protecting the devotees and annihilating the enemies. So whoever is against to the devotees, that means demigods. That we are seeing in this Manvantara avatara generally do that. So purport here Prabhupada is writing in this purport. So for every Brahmaji's day, how many Manus are there? For one day, how many Manvantaras are there? For one day, 14. For 1 month, 420. And for the 1 year, 5040. And for the 100 years, 5,04,000 Manus are coming in the life of Brahmaji total. There are the 5,04,000 Manus. And all these, yeah, there are innumerable Brahmas. And also, how many Brahmas are there? Innumerable Brahmas. That means how many Manus are there? Innumerable Manus. They are all coming from the Mahavishnu. That means in the breathing period of Mahavishnu. So how many Manus are appearing? Just one time Mahavishnu exhales. How many are appearing? Millions of Manus are appearing. Millions and millions. And also just by inhaling, everything is finished. So we can just imagine how the incarnations of the Supreme Lord work all over the material worlds, which comprehend only 1/4 of the total energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Manvantara incarnations chastises all the miscreant rulers of different planets with as much power as that of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who punishes the miscreants with his wheel weapon. So by using chakra, he is punishing them. In the Vamana, so Lord Vamana appeared in which Manvantara? Huh? Huh? Vaivas Manvantara. Lord Vamana appeared in Chakrishna Manvantara. And but he is the avatara for the Vaivasthu Manu. Okay. So in That Manvantara he appeared Chaksha Manvantara because Bali Maharaj also is there in which Manvantara? In the same Chaksha Manvantara. Mike. Very good.
भविष्यत मन्वंतर Lord appeared in Sakush Manantara. Sakush Manantara Lord appeared in next Manantara.
I said not. That's not rule. But in this case, it is like that.
What is case, bro?
That is the case. What I said. For the only sixth Manvantara he appeared, and he is becoming so avatara for this Manvantara, seventh Manvantara. Okay. Next. धन्वन्तरिश्च भगवान् स्वयमेव कीर्तिर् नाम्ना नृणां पुरुरुजां रुज आशु हन्ति यज्ञे च भागवममृतायुरवावरुन्धा आयुष्यवेदमनुशास्त्यवतीर्य लोके in this sloka, which Manvantara, which incarnation? Dhanvantari. Dhanvantaravatara Kirti. What translation? Okay, he's not there. Bhavagrahi Prabhu.
The Lord in his incarnation of Dhanvantari very quickly cures the disease of the ever deceased living entities simply by his fame personified, and only because of him do the demigods achieve long lives. Thus the personality of Godhead becomes ever glorified. He also exacted a share from the sacrifices, and it is he only who inaugurated the medical science or the knowledge of medicine in the universe.
So Dhanvantari, when he appeared, once upon a time there is churning of milk ocean. So while churning, actually many, who is there in that Manvantara? Milk ocean churning happened in which Manvantara? Which Manvantara? Wow. Huh? Which Manvantara? Chakshusha Manvantara. Okay. Chakshusha Manvantara, Samudra Manthan. Chakshusha Manvantara, sixth Manvantara. 6. Okay. 6. Many things happened in the 6 Manvantara. So Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, everything, Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, all are appearing in that Manvantara only. 6. Gajendra Tamas Manvantara, 4th. First is Swayambhu Manu. Then after that, second and third, nothing much. 4th Manvantara, Gajendra Moksha. Gajendra appears. So that's why we will be studying that 4th Manvantara story. Then 5th also nothing much. So then 6th Manvantara, so Samudra Manthan. We'll be studying the Samudra Manthan. And then after that, the total whole story of the Bali Maharaj is more than 12 chapters, I think, in the 8th canto. All are about the Bali Maharaj only. It's same Manvantara, but that story comes in the 7th canto. No, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha in the Chakshush Manvantara, not in the Swayambhu Manu. In the Swayambhu Manvantara, you'll be seeing the Kapila Bhagavan and all. Yes. So that's why in the Chakshusa Manvantara, so this Samudra Manthan was happening. So who is the avatara? That avatara name, I forgot. Huh? Ajita, yes, Ajita. Lord Ajita. Ajita is the avatara actually. And he only took the Kashyapa form, Dhanvantari form, Mohini. Three. Ajita took all these three forms. Because in the Samudra Manthan Leela, you'll be seeing all this. So to hold the Mandara Parvata, so he appeared in the form of Kashyapa, Kurma. So then after that, the milk ocean is churned and various products are coming, and those are all distributed to among them. Some are distributed among the demigods and some are distributed among the demons. So then finally what came? So this Amruta. So Lord Dhanvantari appeared by holding this Amruta Kalash pot. And by seeing that immediately demons are so excited. Immediately they jumped on Dhanvantari and grabbed that and they ran away. And all demigods are keep on seeing. Because demons are so powerful and active. They are in the Rajoguna actually. Devotees are in the goodness and they are very slow and steady. So that's why so these people are taking and going and they are all thinking that so give to me, give to me. They are grabbing from one hand to another hand. Someone is taking from another hand and he is leading. And after someone is going and chasing and he is grabbing from his hand and he is leading. And some poor demons, some are not able to run like that and not able to, they are thinking that almost hopeless, I cannot get. And only those powerful demons only drink. And these people are saying from backside, oh, it's so unlawful actually. It's not lawful. You're all doing cheating. This is not at all good. These demigods, they also helped us. And we should drink this together. Who are saying? The weak demons are saying like this. So it's very bad, this, that. And then, so Vishnu is also there. He's all watching, and all these demigods approached him. So my Lord, what should he do? They took away. We work hard and they took away. Then Vishnu said, okay, don't worry, I will take care now. And then he took a beautiful form, and just all these demons who are running in front of them, that's beautiful. So Mohini appeared, and by seeing the Mohini's so bodily structure and face, they are immediately everyone is mesmerized and stop running and keep on watching. So then they started requesting her, oh my dear, so from where you came, you are our master and we are all your servants. So whatever you say, so we'll follow. And just one time you so put your glance on us, that's all. And like that, so they were requesting. Then so Mohini took that. So if you say we'll throw it on the drain, this is Amrit, but we want your glances. So like this, so they were so much requesting her. Then they took, okay, I will distribute, don't worry. And she made them into a line, sit on this line, and also you sit. Everyone is so she made them to sit, and slowly she came here and distributing to the demigods. And she is saying, wait, I will come, wait. And these are all, yes, she will come, she will come. But one asura, so Rahu, so he appeared into the line of these demigods and he started drinking and immediately Surya observed and Surya Chandra. So this is not our devotee demigod. Then immediately Vishnu took out his chakra and cut down his head. So like this, that story goes on. So there, this Dhanvantari appeared, and he is the person who inaugurated in this material world Ayurveda. So Ayurveda is the also Upaveda of what? Ayurveda is Upaveda of four Vedas are there and four Upavedas are there. So Ayurveda is the Upaveda for the Rig Veda. Okay. And Gandharva Veda, Gandharva Vidya, that is a Upaveda for the Samaveda. And the that fighting that Dhanurvidya. So Dhanurvidya is the Upaveda for Adharvana Veda. Yajurveda. And what is that one more? So Adharvana Veda. And what is the Upaveda for this? Anyone remember? No. Okay. What is that Upaveda? I think Vastu. I'm not remembering. So this is this is inaugurated by this sage Dhanvantari, and then after that it is also given so many samhitas on this by the Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita is there, and Sushruta also wrote Sushruta Samhita. These are all the samhitas of the various acharyas on these Ayurveda sutras. So this is a natural medicine compared to modern medicine. This is the best one. And modern medicine is symptomatic, and Ayurveda is it work on the root cause actually. So purport, we are seeing the purport. Artha Shastra, yes, Artha Shastra, good. That's from the Atharva Veda, Artha Shastra. So the body is the symbol of disease. The diseases may differ from one variety to another. So see, I'm reading from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th, 9th line ending. The body is the symbol of diseases. The disease may differ from one variety to another, but disease must be there just as there is birth and death for everyone. So by the grace of personality of Godhead, not only are diseases of the body and mind cured, but also the soul is relieved of the constant repetition of birth and death. So Prabhupada is writing the four problems, four real problems. What is the real problem? In device we study. What is the characteristic of real problem? Which is the common to all? Nobody wants it and nobody avoid it. So, so this is the four real problems. So birth, death, old age, and diseases. So diseases, and what is the cure for this disease? For the four diseases, these four real problems, how they can be solved? So by the bhakti, so those will be removed permanently. But okay, those removed permanently, but in this life, if we get, then what you should do? You should take vaccine or not? No? Huh? So yeah, we should take care our health also. Yeah, bhakti is the solution of the real problem, and yes, of course, we say that in the starting, and after that, we also need to take medicine. It's not that that will help us to maintain the body nicely, so we can do service. So next, the name of the Lord is is also called Bhava Aushadhi. Is a medicine for the bhava. That's a samsara. Next, Shatram Kshayaya Vidhinopabhrutam Mahatma Brahmadrug Brahmadrugujicita Patham Narakirti Lipsu Uddhantya Savavanika Kanthakamugravirya Stri Sapta Krutva Vurudhara Parashvadhena. Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
When the ruling administrators, who are known as the Kshatriyas, turned astray from the path of the absolute truth, being desirous to suffer in hell, the Lord, in his incarnation as the sage Parasurama, uprooted those unwanted kings who appeared as the thorns of the earth. Thus, he thrice 7 times uprooted the Kshatriyas with his keenly sharpened chopper.
Yes, Parasuram. Next is so Lord Parshuram. So, who is the father of the Parasuram? Jamadagni. Jamadagni. And Parsuram, so he is actually appeared in the Brahmana family, but his qualities are Kshatriya qualities. And Vishwamitra appeared in the Kshatriya family, but his tendencies are Brahmana. So there is an exchange, that story, something, there is relation is there, that Kheer was exchanged, and so that people, these also changed. I don't know the much details of, I forgot that details, but so this Parsuram was killing all these Kshatriyas, because at the time what happened, there is a, from beginningless, there is a fight between these Varnas. Brahmanas were just keep on controlling the Kshatriyas by their own teachings. They are manipulating the teachings, and they are not properly delivering the knowledge from the Shastras and controlling the Kshatriyas. So then the Kshatriyas, they became rebel to this, and they started destroying all the Gurukuls and all the Brahmanas. So in that, so like the Kshatriyas became ekdam, that means such a way they are completely out of control of Brahmanas. So then such a miscreant Kshatriyas, they first Brahmanas, they are corrupted. So because of that corruption, Kshatriyas, they are not following the Brahmanas. Then that once again what happened, Kshatriyas also get corrupted because being not observed by the Brahmanas. And like that, these Kshatriyas, they whimsically acting, not following the Shastras which are said through the Brahmanas. So to destroy this finish of these Kshatriyas, Parsuram appeared, and 21 times he traveled entire earth and finished them. 21 times. So then Prabhupada is writing in this purport. So some Kshatriyas who are there in India, so because of this fear of the Parsuram, they flew away. So they flew away to Egypt, Africa. In the last, many Kshatriya kings fled from India to other parts of the world at that time. And according to the authority of the Mahabharata, the kings of Egypt originally migrated from India because of Parsuram's program of chastisement. The kings or administrators are similarly chastised in all circumstances whenever they become godless and plan a godless civilization. So then what happened? Then Kshatriyas are finished, then there is no rulers. So then what happened? Brahmanas became the Kshatriyas. Then those, that kind of Brahmanas are known as Bhumiyar. They are also having the, they are Brahmana by birth, but having the land also. Yeah, power. This kind of caste also came into existence. So in this purport, Prabhupada is also writing, Kshatriyas are factually the representatives of the Almighty Personality of Godhead. And they are meant to be lead the subjects towards the path of God realization. Every state and its administrators, regardless of the nature of the administration, monarchy, democracy, oligarchy, dictatorship, and autocracy, have the prime responsibility to lead the citizens toward God realization. Any type of scheme of ruling, so ultimately should be, that means representing that ruling party or ruling system should be the representative of the Lord. King means he is a representative of the Lord and he is establishing the dharma. So dharmantu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. That means Lord has given the dharma and who is going to execute that? So king being the representative of the Lord, so whatever the rules and regulations are given for the humanity, so those are checked by the king. Even in the animals also, there will be a king. Even in the animals, for forest, the lion is the king. Even the monkeys also, there is a king. So there is a 10 monkeys, 50 monkeys in one area. There will be big monkey, powerful monkey. It is always, so someone is coming on that group, so immediately it will run and it will bite away. So like this, it will bite the other. And it is always controlling. And all some, these 10, 15 female monkeys and their children, and also small other weak male monkeys, all they are following that. Even in the dogs also. In the dogs also there is so a powerful dog will be there, one, and all remaining all are following that. And he is protecting that boundary. No other new dog can enter into that. So for that, every community there is a king, natural. So similarly for the humanity also there is a need of king. Without the king, no, nothing will happen. Leader is necessary. So yeah, kings are generally trained in the Gurukula actually. Prabhupada also mentions many times. In this present modern system, what is the main problem? The main problem is the democracy is the main problem. So why there is no well-trained king is there? Anytime, sometimes in your area, in your assembly area, that's what is that? Consistent, constituency. In your constituency, so sometimes it is given to the SC ST, maybe that is also okay, but SC ST, so who are not much in general, less educated we find, and it is given to that, or some female, it may be given to the female ruler. Then female person will be the who should be, that means that seat goes to the female. Then female has to be selected as a member of that constituency, and she will be representing that area in the parliament or in the Lok Sabha or in the that's assembly, so of the state assembly. So then what will happen like this? So any unqualified person is going to be so leader of these people for the 4 years or whatever 5 years. This kind of system is a big problem actually. Is a big problem, and this will create the whole mesh actually. Why dharma is not implemented? So because of this, what is our main problem actually in the society is the constitution actually. The main problem is the constitution itself is a problem. I should not speak on the mic, but so yes, till the time we have this kind of constitution, which is so-called democratic constitution, and there will be no powerful preaching also cannot be established actually. Preaching means we may as an individual level we can go to the different people you can approach, but if you want to see the real preaching, if king is becoming the devotee, then whole country will easily become, the whole kingdom will become devotees. So by the individual, by candidate, person to person, if you approach, how many years it will take actually, how long, by that time who are becoming devotee they will also leaving. So best is we should have the Vaishnava king, that is the kings are necessary. Vaishnava kings are very very important. If king is the devotee, then all the principles can easily, four regulative principles and 16 rounds can made compulsory in the, yeah, in that state. That's all. Like this Ekadasi Vrata and all culture. So they should have, every village should have the so satsanga on the Sundays. Yeah, Hare Krishna. They should pay obeisances. Because you see, this whole creation is done by the whom? By the Krishna. And everything belongs to the Krishna. And that means every resource has to be utilized in the service of Krishna. And everyone is a partner and parcel of the Krishna. And everyone should serve the Krishna. Then what? So this is the fact actually. It is 100% truth. But what is happening here now? Some so-called demons, and they grab. So for example, someone is coming to your house and he is just making you side, and he is opening the whole wealth, the almirah, and accessing all the money, and he is spending for his own purpose. And how you will feel? Puneet Prabhu. So similarly, what is happening? Now this is same thing is happening. So the same thing. Now these people who are not devotees of the Lord, they are simply using the resources of the nature for their own sense gratification. And they are making the policies, and they are making the rules and regulations so and so, which are not at all conducive for the bhakti. Then Ekadasi should be the holiday. But what is the holiday? Sunday is the holiday. What is this? Huh? And also being a devotees of this society, we were also affected. Yes or no? You are all dependent, because already today we started our class from the cooperation actually. So that means we are getting the 99% of cooperation from the outside society. Your clothes made by non-devotees. Your building is made by the non-devotees. Your food is produced by the non-devotees. Your milk is produced by the non-devotees. Your everything is produced by the non-devotees, and you are fully dependent on them. And then whatever they said, whatever they make, you have to follow. And everything belongs to Krishna. But that is a fact. And they had their own policies, they have their own constitution. And where this democracy system is there. But what should happen actually? Devotees has to lead, and devotees has to implement according to the culture of the devotion, Vaishnava culture. This has to be home. So for this sake, we should have our own country. We should have our own kingdom. Yes or no? By the long run, so some days, so we should be free from the completely so-called this democracy. Our own militaries also, protection. Yes or no? All are sleeping actually. So, yeah. So everything devotees. That's why Prabhupada, so after preaching, first is Sankirtan movement, temple entry movement, then after that initiation, After initiation, so we'll train the devotees through the Varnashrama college and send them to the villages, farm communities. And there they will be started expanding their community. And like this, so one temple, 10 temples, 1,000 temples, 10,000 temples, and 10,000 communities. And slowly, 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 our power should increase. And then after that, so we'll be having our own country, our own kingdom. And we will follow everything according to the scriptures. This is a future plan actually by the 10,000 years. So this 10,000 years is the golden era. So in this 10,000 years, this should happen actually. This is just starting actually. Now 50 years we are having, our moment is this only 50 years. And if you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Chaitanya, it's a 500 years movement, that's all. It's a very neophyte now. It's a small baby. So it will grow and it will become such a way. So we will be getting the total power into our hands. And yeah,
Purana is there mentioned this is coming 10,000 years. How will be there running? How just like we say golden year. It golden year will come 10,000 years.
huh?
We say 10,000 years. Golden era will come.
Huh.
But is there mention how it will be looking like that 10,000 years? How it will go? Civilization will come. Any Purana is mentioned or not?
Many civilizations came and gone. This modern civilization is also how many days it will there. Roman civilization, this civilization, that civilization. Even in India, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, so many civilizations and so many kinds of the lifestyle gone and came and gone. They are there for the, like even you see Britishers, 200 years, they ruled like anything, whole world. Then gone. All the systems before that kings were there. Then after that democracy came. Then after that some places communism came, and this will also go. It will not a permanent thing actually. Even this so-called democracy, whatever we are having, how many days they will be together? They will say after that every state will say we are not going to. Now if you see every state is becoming the sub-states. Already it is started becoming 27 became now 32, more than 32. So 26 were there some 15-20 years back. Now it is 32. So dividing, and then after that they say we want to be independent. We don't want to follow anyone. Yeah, it will happen actually. This is the symptoms of Kali. So that's why we should have our own state, devotees also. See, end of the day, whatever preaching, whatever activities you do, it's ultimately should follow the constitution of that country. Yes or no? You cannot go against to the any rules given by that constitution of that country. Not possible. That means any amount of cultural change or anything you will bring that is in the boundary of that so-called country's constitution. For example, so Varnashram system, if you want to implement, then according to the Varnashram system, society has to be divided. And now if you see, according to the Indian constitution, if you see, you cannot identify someone as so lower caste. You should not say. That is a human rights. So that is a problem. That means it is a legally a problem. Yeah, legal issue it will come. And you cannot give such education which will make the differences between the Varnas. They have that kind of policy, an educational policy. So ultimately, whatever you teach, whatever you are doing, all these things are observed by their that respective states' laws, which are designed by the non-devotees. So then what you are expecting actually? So is there any possibility of the big change by this present approach? No. Until and unless there is no our leadership actually. in the country, then we cannot do. We cannot implement all the principles of the Shastra, and which are necessary also. Without having the strong culture and independent, peaceful life, so you cannot practice bhakti. We yesterday in the Bhakti Sandarbha class we have seen. So because bhakti is glorious, but now in the present situation, if conditioned jivatma, conditioned soul, is not properly facilitated, it cannot progress in the devotion. Food should be proper food, and also health should be good, and also the working environment should be good. Everything should be proper. It's clean. Otherwise, you'll be contaminated by those things, and those modes will affect. You may think, so I can do anywhere devotion, but because of our conditioning state, so what is going to happen? That will bring down. You know, you are working in a corporate company where beautiful 10 girls are working with you with improper dress, and you are always, that means, can you protect your consciousness from that? Is it possible? Can you say like this? That means bhakti gives the ultimate bliss, and any material happiness is inferior to the bliss of bhakti, and by that bliss I can do my work. Can you do like this? Is it possible? It's not possible actually. Immediately you are in the conditioned state, and that immediately affects that rajoguna and tamoguna, and it will bring the lust and finish. Then your Shraddha in the Shastra and Guru will be decreasing because of the contamination of the Rajas and Tamas we have seen yesterday. So this is there actually. This is a important point. If you want to make whole world, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if every village and every town, everywhere there should be Krishna consciousness, means we should have our own power actually. Otherwise it's not possible. But it should be gradually, it should come. So that's why our whole institutional vision, so our being a ISKCON, being a society, we should have the common vision. And we should sit together and have a common vision, yearly vision. And this is the intermediate goals. And of course, we will be having the individual taste of the service, but vision should be one, mission should be one. Then what will happen? Then we can success. If we disintegrate ourselves, every temple is acting independently and in the form of vision. They can act independently, but if the vision is not common and the goal is not common, there is a problem then. Like when Britishers came into India, what is the problem was there? Why Britishers conquered India very easily? Because there are the internal disputes are there. The internal disputes in the home, in the country, one king is not having the good relation with the another king. Because of this, easily opposite person came and he conquered. So he brought the disputes between among two kings, and so then automatically he separated them. Individually he conquered. So like that, one by one. Same thing Alexander also did. How Alexander conquered the India? Same thing. At that time, all the small portions of the kingdoms, they are independently acting. They don't have the community. That means there is a combined force. We are Indians, and we are Indian means what? There is a culture. There's a Sanatana Dharma. We are all followers of Sanatana Dharma. Let's act as one and one force, and so to protect your culture. What is that mean? Mainly conquering means what? Any king is conquering means what he will do first? First of all, conquering your culture, your values. If some new king comes and who is not, he is himself is having the different culture, then first of all come and change what? Change your culture, change your values, change your education, change your training and every program. Finish. If this is changed, means you are defeated actually. If you are not able to follow your culture openly, if you are not able to follow your dharma perfectly, then you are also in the you are not freedom actually. There is no freedom for you actually. So that's why, like these other kings came and they conquered actually. Since they are at that time king, they each and small pieces of kingdoms, they are all individually and separate. Same thing, if you are not united actually, being a one organization, and if we are, and one organization means we are having one desire. That means we want to serve Krishna and we want to live one lifestyle. We have one type of lifestyle. So that's why we should integrate to protect that. Otherwise, how? If you are individual, then you are weak actually. Then if you want to promote this culture, if you want to, that's a Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gaudiya culture. We have certain dress code, we have certain values, we have certain lifestyle, we have certain food, we have certain so programs, everything. And those has to be protected, means we should be together, and then we'll be having the next week is easily to promote and people will come and join. So that's why, as our leaders are leaving from the society, because Prabhupada's disciples. So Srila Prabhupada's disciples, one by one, they will live another 10 years. So after that, also if we are able to stay together, then we are the winners. We are going to do something for this, ourselves and for the society. And if we disintegrate ourselves, if we become separate for ourselves, then we'll be the losers actually. We'll lose the whole power. Now we are all together, ISKCON society. And that's why, so everyone recognize us. This is the society. And these are the people. And that's why that will give the energy actually. That will give if anyone does some good activity, that credit is coming to everyone. ISKCON did actually. So that's why if we are together, then we can get more benefits. It is very important actually. In the coming days, this is the main crucial point where we have to work, because you are all the leaders. You are all going to be preachers of the different areas. And please try to remember this point. So how to cooperate each other and try to stay together. That is very important. Then we can bring the change. Next, 23rd sloka. अस्मत् प्रसाद सुमुख कलया कलेशा इक्ष्वाकुवंश अवतीर्य गुरोर्निदेशे तिष्ठन् वनं सदियुतानुज आविवेशा यस्मिन् विरुध्य दशकन्धर आर्तिमार्चत्. Translation. Chaitanya ji, cannot speak. Twenty-third.
Due to his causeless mercy upon all living entities within the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with his plenary extensions, appeared in the family of Maharaj Ikshvaku as the lord of his internal potency Sita. Under the order of his father, Maharaj Dasharath, he entered the forest and lived there for considerably years with his wife and younger brother. Ravana, who was very materially powerful, with 10 hands on his shoulders, committed a great offense against him and was thus ultimately vanquished.
So now, from this sloka onwards, Parasuram is over. Now we are going to discuss about Ram. So Lord appeared in the Ikshvaku's family. Ikshvaku is a son of Vaivasvata Manu. Vaivasvata Manu is a son of Vivaswan Surya Bhagavan. So in that family, Lord appeared, Rama appeared, and he is having the another total. They are 4 brothers. So Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, and Satyagna. And Prabhupada is writing in this purport, all these 4 are the Vishnu Tattva only, not Jiva Tattva. That's the point he is mentioning. So there are the many unscrupulous and ignorant commentators on Ramayana who present the younger brothers of Lord Ramachandra as ordinary living entities. But there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the most authentic scripture on the science of Godhead, it is clearly stated that his brothers were his plenary expansions. So Bharata is the incarnation of Pradyumna, and Shatrugna is the incarnation of Anuruddha. And Lakshmana is the incarnation of Sankarshan. Yeah, Ramachandra is the incarnation of Vasudeva. This. And Sita is the Lakshmi. Internal potency, Lord's internal potency is Lakshmi. Okay, next. Come to the last paragraph, but one before to about to that last paragraph. In that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th on top, from down 6th line. Ramayana, that the policy of exploiting the nature of the Lord without acknowledging the supremacy of the Supreme Lord is the policy of Ravana. So one may take lesson from the Ramayana. What is that? That the policy of exploiting the nature of the Lord without acknowledging the supremacy of the Supreme Lord is the so that means everything belongs to the Lord, and if you try to enjoy the Lord's energy, so that means for your individual sense gratification, then that will give the big punishment, like how the Ravana got. He wanted to enjoy the Lord's internal potency, so which is completely against the law. So that's why he got the punishment. So even in the material energy also, if you don't acknowledge and if you don't say this is yours Lord, and if you don't offer to him and take it as a remnants, so that's why Isha Vasyamidagam Sarva. So Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tektena Bunjita Magrudas Kasyas Isha Vasyam, everything is belonging to the Ishvara actually. And that's why one has to acknowledge that to the Ishvara. But in the present society now, everything, there is no this principle actually, godless society. And everywhere there is no, so nobody is acknowledging. This is like King Vena. Now the present situation is almost like the situation where like Vena's time. In King Vena, so what he was saying, I am the king and I am the owner of this land and I am giving the land, so that's why you all should pay tax to me and should glorify me and you do yajna for me. And same thing now. So these landlords, owners of the land, they are claiming themselves as the proprietor, sole and whole proprietor of that, and they want total credit, and nobody is acknowledging the Lord. So this is the problem actually for this society. God. Lanka into the pure, but because he didn't recognize the supremacy of the Lord Ramchandra and defied him by stealing his wife Sita, Ravana was killed and all his opulence and power were destroyed. So that's why what will happen even if you without acknowledging the Lord, you may build the big cities and big luxurious things, everything will be finished. So Prabhupada said in 1973, within 50 years, this modern civilization will be doomed. You'll be doomed. It will be finished. Huh? 52, 2 years. Yeah. So it's already started getting finished. So this will happen because you are not following the natural systems now. You are not following the natural systems, artificial things. If you follow, then automatically that will not sustain. So if there is a system given by the Lord, if you want to how to live, how to eat, or how to stay, everything is given according to the Lord. Everything is given by the Lord, and we should live according to that. You should produce the food from the cow dung by using the cow dung as a fertilizer, and produce that paddy and eat that rice and take that grass and give to the cow, and cow will give the dung, and that dung you will put once again into the fields, and that will nourish the field, and then you will be getting the nice grains and you eat. And like that, this is a closed system. Nothing is wasted. It is a closed loop, stable. Closed loop means stable loop. Control system, if you study, there you will be seeing closed systems are always stable. It's a sustainable system. But now you are digging the earth and bringing the chemicals from that and making the, so by that fertilizers, by nitrogen, by the ammonia and so on. So you are bringing out from the earth, and you are using those chemicals for the as a fertilizer. So then what will happen? So that is not a closed system actually. That will ruin the land, and that will destroy the land. Temporary result may come, and then after that, after a few days, land will be finally it will be barren land. It will not give any yield. Then after that, what will happen? Slowly you have to increase the more and more fertilizers, more and more. It will increase the price, and also it will pollute the environment. It will cause for the weak body. Mentally you are weak, physically you are weak. When you are weak mentally and physically, can you do sadhana? Prabhuji, I am having headache, I am not able to come Mangalarati. Will say or not? It's not that the irrespective of body and mind conditions, are you able to do the bhakti? Then if you are not able to do bhakti irrespective of your physical conditions, then why don't you take care about the physical conditions? Why don't you think about the physical life is also should be the proper? Why you are neglecting that? You are saying that only bhakti is the ultimate, bhakti is enough. Then why don't you do irrespective of any material condition your bhakti? If you are able to do that, then you can speak like that. But no, but we are not like that. We are not in that level, because our psychophysic nature is always affected by our food, and food is not good, then you will be having the problems. Every devotee is having health problem here in my classroom. Every devotee. Anyone is there who is not having health problem? They can raise the hand. Nobody is there actually. Everyone is having, and I have seen the health reason that is a problem, and they didn't come for the many programs many times. So then you are in that kind of system where every day it is taking away your health. Every day that is just because of eating this food and because of contaminated food, and it is affecting. So then what will happen after another 10 years? How you live? What is your health state? So devotees we should be the first person in this earth planet to reactive for this, to take the necessary action, to live simple life and follow the healthy lifestyle, and following the God-given systems. Then that will spoil the whole environment, and whole society is going into the ditch, and we are very less people, and we will also along with them we will also fall into that. So that's very important. We should realize this. That's why Prabhupada has given everything, complete solution for this present situation. Live your own life. Why you are mingling with these people, they are not correct actually. Their lifestyle is not good. Their habits are not good. Their association is not good for you. Come out from that and be independently. Take the land and stay. Land, cows, and Krishna. Keep cows. Huh? Land, cows, and Krishna. What you are? Tail. Oil. Why oil? Which? Land, cows, and Krishna is the sufficient. Cows will give the ghee. What is the need of oil? You don't need any oil. Land, cows, and Krishna. Okay. He is saying a problem. I am saying solution. You are saying problem. So these three things: land, cows, and Krishna. This is an important thing actually. We should remember. For every family, actually, if you have 5 members of family, you need 4 acres of land, and you need, so yeah, 2 cows and also 2 bulls, and this you can easily maintain 5 members of family, and it's there actually. The main thing is what we are not properly having the knowledge and jumping onto that, and after that burning hands and coming out from that. This is happening actually in the farm projects, and that is not properly done actually. Many thousands of people, they are producing the agriculture products and they are living, but we are having the problem. We are getting failure in that. What is the reason? Because we are not doing the things the way it should be done. Many people are living actually. All the population, if you see in India, more than 60% people still they are agriculture based. They are living, and but we are not living. One main problem, we will be getting such a cheap land. Always will take such a cheap land, and which Prabhupada said, you don't take in the donation any barren land and any barren cow. No, you are not the simply wasting your time. Your time is most important actually. You take very rich land and rich cows as donation. Otherwise, don't take. Don't start that program. And don't demonstrate a wrong example. This is a failure thing. This is failure lifestyle. And that's a problem actually. Then after that, everyone. So like reading the Sanskrit, and then after that, so speaking, that means here and there 2 mistakes, and showing himself as a great scholar. Then setting example. Anyone studies Sanskrit, he will be the against the society. And that guy is not good for that society. Is that the right way actually? Even in the this side also, if you see, little Sanskrit, what he learned actually, within 1 or 2 years, something, some 100, 500 sutras he memorized, and he became big scholar. And commenting on the Prabhupada's purpose and showing that he is better than the Prabhupada. And then after that, people will say, this guy, this Sanskrit is good, is useless for the society. That kind of opinion came now. Because of what? Because of the these initial people who are is doing, they did like that. Bad examples. They set bad example. The same thing is happening in another fields also. So that's why we should know the purpose, and we should know the mood and mission. We should know the parampara, Acharya parampara. We should know the Prabhupada, our immediate Acharya. And with the proper mood and with the proper mission, we should go forward. And also how our words will affect, how our actions will affect, that also we should be conscious. We should be conscious actually. Next, 24. Yasma adadudhairudha bhayanga vepo margam sapadyari puram haravadidhaksho दूरे सृहुन्मति तरोष सुषोण दृष्ट्या तातप्यमानमकरोरगानक्रचक्रः तपो my bro.
Hare Krishna. The supreme personality of Godhead, Ramchandra, being agreed for his distance, intimate friend Sita, and glanced over the city of the enemy, Ravana with red hot eyes like those of Hara, who wanted to burn the kingdom of heaven. The great ocean, trembling in fear, gave him his way because its family members, the aquatics like the sharks, snakes, and crocodiles, were being heat of the energy red hot eyes of the Lord.
Okay, in this sloka it is said when Lord Ramchandra wants to cross this ocean which is separating India and Sri Lanka, he'll be studying in the fifth canto. Sri Lanka means there's a different Sri Lanka actually beyond this. So and also Himalayas means not this. Himalayas are there in the boundary of the Bharatavarsha. That is so like this. Okay. Anyway, now geographically and chronological, these two things justifying is a little difficult for us. Whatever incidents happened in this Bhagavatam, so chronological order, if you want to try to put, that is also difficult. And also geographically, our limited brain will working on only this Earth planet, but Earth planet is beyond this. So you'll be studying Bharatakanda and Bharatavarsha is there. Even Bharatakanda, and that bigger than to that Bharatakanda is the Bharatavarsha. And there are the Sri Lanka is there, and also the Himalayas are there, like that. So anyway, now what is the main discussion is here. So when Lord Ramchandra wanted to cross this ocean, so to reach to Lanka, at that time he was just this ocean is not giving the way. He showed his red hot eyes. Then immediately all the aquatics who are there in that ocean started getting heated. So then immediately this personality of that Adhisthana Devata, the personification of ocean, Samudra Dev, he came out and he paid obeisances, he gave way to the Ramchandra. So Prabhupada is writing in his purport. So how the Lord is so powerful, and so he is having such a glances, powerful glances. And he is challenging, Prabhupada is challenging, any material person can do this, any Jivatma can do this. So like this, burn up, that means heating up whole ocean. Is it possible by anyone? So like this, Prabhupada writing in this. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, they don't realize that the sentiment, that summary of this purport is like that only. Next. Vakshasthalasparshurugna Mahendravaha Dantairvidambita-kakubja-shaudhahasam Sadhyo subhissaha vineshyati darahartur Vispurjitairdhanusha uccharatodhi-sainye. Sri Guru Prabhu. Sri Guru Prabhu. Mic problem? Okay. Vipin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
When Ravana was engaged in the battle, the tusks of elephant which carried the king of heaven, Indra, broke into pieces, having collided with the chest of Ravana, and the scattered broken parts illuminated all directions. Ravana therefore felt proud of his prowess and began to loiter in the midst of the fighting soldiers, thinking himself the conqueror of all directions. But his laughter, overtaken by joy, along with his very air of life, suddenly ceased with tanging sound of the bow of Ramchandra, the personality of Godhead.
Yeah, Ravana, when he attacked on the demigods, so he, what he, by hitting his chest with the head of the Airavat, elephant of Indra, so his head was broken into the many pieces. So then what happened? So then after that, by his power, showing his powers, he is loitering in that fighting that's ground, battlefield. So that, and but he was defeated by Rama, Supreme Lord. Purport, however powerfully a living being may be, when he is condemned by God, no one can save him. And similarly, however weak one may be, if he is protected by the Lord, no one can annihilate him. Rake Krishna. What is that? Bengali? Krishna Rake. भूमे सुरेतर वरुथ विमर्दितायाः क्लेशव्ययाय कलयासित कृष्णकेशः जातः करिष्यति जनानुपलक्ष्य मार्गः कर्माणि चात्ममहिमोपनिबन्धनानि. Karuna Sindhu Prabhu.
When the world is overburdened by the fighting strength of kings who have no faith in God, the Lord, just to diminish the distress of the world, descends with his plenary portion. The Lord comes in his original form with beautiful black hair, and just to expand his transcendental glories, he acts extraordinarily. No one can properly estimate how great he is.
So in this sloka, who is Uchavatara? Krishna. We reach to Krishna. Krishna Avatara. So here, for second paragraph, Anupalaksha Margaha. In the Vishnu Purana as well as in the Mahabharata, both Krishna and Baladev are mentioned as having beautiful black hair. Even in their advanced age, the Lord is called Anupalaksha Margaha, or in still more technical Vedic terms, Avang Manasa Gocharaha. That means one who is never to be seen or realized by the limited sense perception of the people in general. That means Lord is Adhokshajaha. He is beyond the sense perception. Otherwise, Anupalaksha Margaha. So in this sloka, what is said? Jatah karishyati jananupalakshma margaha karmani cha atma mahimopanibandhanani. So no one can estimate this kind of activities of the Lord. And Lord is appearing and he is having the black hair. That is Sita Klesha. What is that? Sita Krishna Keshaha. Sita Krishna Keshaha means one who is having the black hair. Therefore, now I am coming to this last but one paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines above from the down. Therefore, when the Lord descends from the world to this world, he descends in his spiritual body of Atma Maya or internal potency without any touch of Bahiranga Maya or external or material energy. The allegation that the impersonal Brahman appears in this material world by accepting a material body is quite absurd. Now Prabhupada is saying, Lord is, Advaitins they say it is Maya Vachana Chaitanyam or Vidya Vachana Chaitanyam. That is wrong. That means Brahman only is taking the, so is covered by the some portion of the Maya. So then that is not the Ishvara. That is wrong, you said here. And one more thing, why Lord appears? So certainly Lord doesn't need to come here personally. Why Lord appears to this material world? So see the last paragraph from the third line. Certainly the Lord doesn't need to come here personally for such purpose. That means for killing demons, there is no need to come here for the Lord. He can do that even from his abode itself. But why he comes to this material world? But he actually descends to exhibit his transcendental activities in order to encourage his pure devotees who want to enjoy life by chanting the glories of the Lord. Why he is coming to this material world? Just to uh, do the Leelas so that his devotees can chant those. That is the purpose. All Vedic literatures are meant for turning one's attention towards the Lord and his transcendental activities. So, what is the conclusion of all these Shastras? Turning towards the Lord. Sanmukata. Bhagavad Sanmukata is said in the last line. Okay. Tokena jiva haranam yadulukikaya. स्त्रैमासिकस्य च पदाशकटोपवृत्तः
मासिकस्य च पदाशकटोपवृत्तः
यद्रिङ्गतान्तरगतेन दिवि स्पृशोर्वा उन्मूलनं त्वितरथार्जुनयोर्न भाव्यम्. Translation: there is no doubt about Lord Krishna's being the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, how was it is possible for him to kill a giant demon like Putana when he was just on the lap of his mother, to return a cart with his leg, oh, when he was only 3 months old, to uproot a pair of Arjuna trees so high that they touched the sky, when he was only crawling. All these activities are impossible for anyone other than the Lord himself. So now the Krishna's Leelas are explained at the Putana appeared. After appearance of the Lord's few days, Putana came. And Putana came, and at the time, so Yashoda Maya and Sarohini Mata, they are all in the house, but Nanda Maharaj was not there at that time. He went to pay taxes to the Kamsa. So only females are there, and also all the leaders of so many other leaders of the Vraj, they went along to accompany with the Nanda Maharaj. And few are there to protect the Vraj. So few soldiers were there. So, but by seeing the beautiful form of the Putana, everyone was mesmerized. And they were thinking, my God, Lakshmi is coming and all Vrajvasis, just what a beauty she is having. So like that. Vrajvasis, how it is possible? They are all captivated by the Lord's beauty. How it is possible? They are captivated by the beauty of the Putana. What is the rule here? How it is possible? This is possible by the Lord's Vrunda. Vrunda is the Shakti actually. Vrunda Devi. She will facilitate. She will make such a way. What she will do? She will just control, or she will cover the Gnana, or the Bhagavad Gnana, or so of even the devotees also in the Vraj. So they will be acting accordingly so that she can nicely enter without stop. She will not be stopped by anyone. Directly. Even no one, she didn't ask anyone address. Vrinda facilitated such a way. All the Leelas in the Vraj are facilitated by Vrunda Devi actually. So she facilitated such a way, directly she came to the house of Nanda Maharaj. She didn't ask anyone. And all doors are open. And even Krishna is lying on that in a palank. And Mother Yashoda and Rohini were just standing some far place and they are doing something. By seeing this beautiful Putana, immediately they also mesmerized and they didn't say anything. Who are you? Why you are touching my boy? Why you are taking nothing? And immediately she took and started drinking, she gave her breast. So where she filled poison in her breast. And when he sucked, Krishna knows, okay, come, I will tell you to you. So when he sucked milk, he sucked all her life air. And he sucked all her contamination, everything. Then immediately she started screaming, and she became such a big 6 miles of body appeared and shouting. She came out and she is crying. Krishna sucked the total life away and became big, and she fell down in such a way she didn't fall on any goshala. There are big goshalas are there. But somehow she fell down on trees only. Even no tree is broken. Such a way she fell down. So then after that, her body, because Lord sucked away all the contamination from her body because of the touch of the Lord, and when they burned, they broken these different parts of her leg, hand, fingers, cutting hand with the big weapons they took. That what is that? The blades, big blades, and they cut that and they started burning. And when they burned, so such a nice smell started coming, and that is purifying the everyone's heart, that smell. So okay. And after that, 3 months period of time, so then Krishna is growing, and now 3 months period, so there is a one festival actually. So Lord is about to turn now, and in the 3 months, after 3 months, Ringan Leela, that means they are about to turn. So till now they are lying like this. So after 3 months, they started turning the upward, up and down. So then that is started happening. So then that is celebrated as a festival. So for that, Yashoda Maya called this so many people. They came and they are all doing. So she gave the milk to the Krishna and she kept under the one big cart, such a strong cart. So she has full confidence that nothing will happen to Krishna by keeping here. And but in that cart, already Shakatasur entered and he was hiding. That means in the invisible form he entered into the cart. And Krishna knows this. And he is finding the opportunity. When time comes, I immediately catch and I will kill the Krishna. So by that time, so actually Yashoda Maya was doing the in festival mode. She is in arranging and receiving the guest and also making them to sit and feeding them, doing so many things. Krishna wake up from his sleep. Immediately he felt hungry, because children when they wake up, they feel immediately hungry and they want milk. And he is hungry and he is started crying because he is feeling hungry, and a little bit he is crying. But so many little toes and big sound keep on, everyone is speaking, and Yashodama is full busy in with them, and nobody is hearing his cry. Okay, Maya is not going to hear my voice, my cry. So okay, now I will do such a sound, so she will run and come to me. And he kicked that cart. Actually, main purpose is what? Anything Lord does, he will not do anything for the main purpose is not killing the asuras, but for purpose of what? For the giving pleasure to the devotees only. All the activities of Krishna are the devotional sake only. So that's why he wants to kill, he wants to call the mother, so that he knows if I kick this cart, it will broken and big sound will come and mother will come and give milk to me. That is his intention. So with that kick, what happened? This Sakatasura went into the inside of this ground, finished, and that cart is broken such a way, and big vessels are there inside the cart, and big vessels, even in 4 Vrajavasis cannot lift, and those vessels scattered from the far place. So 200 meter, 300 meter they went off, and all such a strong cart, it became pieces actually. And Maya came and she started, what happened? Then the small boys, they are playing there, and they said to him, hey, off. Spark came. Their sound is came here, spark came. So then what happened? So then immediately, yeah. So so Maya came and gave milk to the Krishna. Okay, that is like that. Then after that, next also he did what more leelas in this Ringan Leela next? Unmoolanam, Yamalarchana. So yeah, mother tied. Krishna was disturbing mother, when she was doing her household activities, and she tied up him to the one ulukal. What is that in English? Mortar. So then he was scrolling. He's just crawling, and he brought that mortar, and that was stuck by these two trees, and he just pulled those, and those both trees fell down. And both trees, if you see, that's the 10th chapter. These Yamalarjuna, they were the proudful. That's they are rich people's sons, always proud in general, not in many cases, because their father is so rich, so they will also show their proudness. So that's why these Kuvera's sons, they were just naked and bathing with the girls in in the in the small pond which is belong to the Lord Shiva, because Shiva is also their relative. So they came there and they were enjoying there with the girls. And Narada somehow is always all pervading, because devotees, they don't have any restrictions to go to any place. They can go to any place. So he went there. So then immediately all girls, they are good. They immediately covered their body. But these people, they came out from water and keep on showing their parts, private parts. See what you want to say, you see. So like that. So much proud he's having. They both, they are not covering the body. And that is offense they did actually, Vaishnava Aparad. Then okay, you are having this kind of, but devotee is always, he doesn't, Narada is not affected by this. Okay, he felt mercy, he felt compassion on them. So this jiva is ignorant, and fully his consciousness is covered by this so-called material opulence. Let me deliver them from this. And he gave the curse in the form of, yeah, mercy. That is in the mercy only. Mercy in the form of curse. He gave the curse, mercy in the form of curse. So go, you people become Arjuna trees. But that is also opportunity. They became Arjuna trees in front of the house of Krishna. So such a mercy he gave. And those both trees are able to see the various pastimes of various actions of the Vrajavasis. Even that Lord Brahma is asking to the Lord in the Brahma Mohan Lila, let me become a stone in this Vraj, so that I can get the dust of the lotus feet of the Vrajavasis. And but these Yamalarjuna, they did the Vaishnava Aparada, and by mercy of the Vaishnava, they became trees. What an opportunity they got. Okay, next sloka. Yadvai vraje vraja pashun vishato yapitan. Palanस्त्वजीव यदनुग्रह दृष्टिवृष्ट्या तच्चुद्धयेते विषयवीर्यविलोलजिह्वाम् उच्चाटयिष्यदुरगं विहरन् हृदिन्याम्. Translation: then also when the cowherd boys and their animals drank the poisoned water of the river Yamuna, and after the Lord in his childhood revived them by his merciful glance, just to purify the water of the river Yamuna, he jumped into it as if playing, and chastised the venomous Kalia snake, which was lurking there. Its tongue emitting waves of poison. Who can perform such a Herculean task but the Supreme Lord? One more thing. So in the Yamuna, this Kalia made the house with all his wives. It is saying, and is so envious, and always snakes are envious. Without any reason, they will bite. So this Kalia is keep on releasing so much poison, and by drinking that, all the cows and other animals, so they are dying, and very much suffering these all Vrajavasis. So Krishna came to know, and he came to that place and first removed that poison by his merciful glances, and he jumped from that tree. That's, we have Kalindi tree. You know, na, in the Vrindavan. on the bank of visited or not? Yeah. So from that tree, so he jumped onto this Kalia, and he removed the poison from that Kalia by dancing on the hoods of that Kalia, and finally it surrendered and he gave place to some near Japan. That in version it went where? Huh? Fiji, huh? Fiji. Next, and who can do this kind of Herculean activities? Only Krishna can do. Tat karma divyamivayan nishashayan. Tat karma divyamivayan nishanishayanam. Dhavagnina suchivane paridahyamane. Unyeshyate vrajamato vasitanya kalam. Vasitanta kalam. Netre pidhapya sabalonya digamya virya. Translation: on the very night of the day of the chastisement of the Kaliya snake, when the inhabitants of Rajabhumi were sleeping carefreely, there was a forest fire ablaze due to dry leaves, and it appeared that all the inhabitants were sure to meet their death. But the Lord, along with Balaram, saved them simply by closing his eyes. Such are the superhuman activities of the Lord. So then they are all sleeping, and there is a forest fire. That because in the Vrajavasis, what they do, so they are going to this Nanda Maharaj is a Vaishya family, Vaishya community. So they are dependent on the cow protection, grazing the cows. So what they do, they will be going to the forest. So and 3 months, 4 months they are staying there so that cows can eat that grass, and then once it is finished, they are shifting their whole that means residence into the another place. They will be having permanent house, but also whole year wherever there is grass in the forest, different places, they stay. So like this. After the Kaliya Leela, so what happens? So they are in the forest and having their own kutir, that means whatever dera, tent. So they are staying there. So then what happened? So there is a big forest fire, and it was such a blazing fire. So it about to smash everything. But Krishna asks them to close all of their eyes. Then after that, immediately he follows the total fire. So Prabhupada writes, forest fire simply by closing one's eyes are certainly impossible by any kind of human endeavor. But not only are these activities amazing to hear, but in fact, all other activities of the Lord, whatever he may do, are all superhuman as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. So that's why compared to the Srishti Leelas, so Mahat is producing the Ahankara is having the threefold, then after that this, that. When you hear that Leela, so compared to that Leela, this Leela is more attractive and it will capture your mind and it will focus. Otherwise, many times, even after end of this course also, if I ask, so from which Ahankara, so senses are coming, working senses, then still also you'll be thinking, what is that? Now you may say, but after that it will happen. This will be natural. But this Leela, if I ask now Putana Leela, then immediately you'll say, this is this. There is a difference. Because the Lord performs so merciful and kind, all his Leelas very close to our life. So that's why they are always so attractive and easy to remember and meditate. Gruhnita yadyadupabhandamamushyamata Shulbam sutasya natu tattadamushyamati यजृम्भतोऽस्य वदने भुवनानि गोपी संवीक्ष्य शङ्कितमनः प्रतिबोधितासीत्. Translation: when the cowherd woman, Krishna's foster mother Yashoda, was trying to tie the hands of her son with ropes, she found the rope to be always insufficient in length. And when she finally gave up, Lord Krishna, by and by, opened his mouth, wherein the mother found all the universes situated. Seeing this, she was doubtful in her mind, but she was convinced in a different manner of mystic nature of her son. So then when Krishna Jumban, that means while tying him to the mortar, so when he did this Jumban means Jamai. Jamai is in Hindi, yawning. So then what happened? So she saw all the planets in her mouth. So by seeing how she felt, so Prabhupada is writing in the purport. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line, 5th, 6th line. The mother was astonished, but out of her deep affection for Krishna, she thought that the Almighty Godhead Narayana had kindly looked after her son just to protect him from all the continuous calamities happening to him. What Yashoda Maya thought? So Narayana is appearing there and so he is protecting his son. And because of her deep affection for Krishna, she could never think that her very son was Narayana. So, and but she is not able to know Krishna is the Narayana, the personality of Godhead himself. Because otherwise Leela Rasa will not be there. So that's why Vrinda, what she does, a Lord's potencies always so make situation favorable to the Krishna's happiness. So that is the Lord's energies always they fold. They are folded with folded hands, standing behind him, and even he's a little boy, they always with him and they are ready to make Leela such a way Lord can get more and more pleasure. That is the duty of the energies. Nandam cha mokshati bhayat varunasya pashad गोपान् बिलेषु पिहितान् मयसूनुना च अह्न्यापृतं निशिशयानमतिश्रमेण लोकं विकुण्ठमुपनिष्यति गोकुलं स्म. Translation: Lord Krishna saved his foster father Nanda Maharaj from the fear of the demigod Varuna and released the cowherd boys from the chaos of the mountain. For they were placed there by the son of Maya. Also to the inhabitants of Vrindavan, who were busy working during daytime and sleeping soundly at night. Because of their hard labor in the day, Lord Krishna awarded promotion to the highest planet of spiritual sky. All these acts are transcendental and certainly prove without any doubt his godhood. So this is also one more lila you will be getting in the 26th chapter, I think, or 27, 28. I forgot in that. This. So Nanda Maharaj went, so thinking that this is already day is started. So in the midnight to do the bathing in the Yamuna. So but at the time that is not the right time to do bath. So the servants of Varunadev came and they took him to the Varuna Loka. So to release the Nanda Maharaj, so Krishna came to know everything, and to release the Nanda Maharaj from there, so Krishna went personally, and Varunadev also recognized, he paid obeisances, and so Nanda Maharaj was released. So that is the pastime done by the Krishna, and also he showed. So he is at the time he was glorified. He was glorified as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then he was showing to all the Gopas about the Vaikuntha planets and others, Brahma Jyoti and everything. So that is the Leela. This kind of Leelas cannot be done by any human being. And Prabhupada is writing, if you come from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from the down 10th line. Vrindavan, inhabitants of Vrindavan were extensively busy in the hard labor of their day's work. And due to the day's hard labor, they were engaged in sound sleep at night. So practically, they had very little time to devote to meditation or to the other paraphernalia of spiritual activities. But factually, they were engaged in the highest spiritual activities only. Everything done by them was spiritualized because everything was devoted in their lordship, in the relationship with the Lord Sri Krishna. So that's why this is Vrindavan villages. In Vrindavan village, how all the devotees are working for the Krishna, directly in the service of the Krishna, in the direct devotion. So they will be in the direct service of the Krishna. So that is the situation actually. So that's a make Vrindavan village. We should have villages where Krishna is the center and everyone is serving for him. So that is also is a spiritual community. Everything done by them was spiritualized because everything was devoted in their relationship with Lord Sri Krishna. The central point of activities was Krishna, and as such, the so-called activities in the material world were saturated with spiritual potency. Okay, next. Gopair makhe pratihate vajra viplavaya. देवेभिवर्षति पशून् कृपयारिरक्षुः धर्तोच्चिलीन्द्रमिव सप्तदिनानि सप्त वर्षो महीन्द्रमनघैककरे सलीलम्. Now this is the Govardhan Lila. Translation: when the cowherd men of the Vrindavan, under the instruction of the Krishna, stopped offering sacrifice to the heavenly king Indra, the whole tract of the land known as Vraja was threatened with being washed away by the constant heavy rains for 7 days. Lord Krishna, out of his causeless mercy upon the inhabitants of Vraja, held up the hill known as Govardhan with one hand only. Although he was only 7 years old, he did this to protect the animals from onslaught of water. So that's the Indra. So Nanda Maharaj was preparing on that day to do the yajna for the. So he's decorating all his house and other surroundings. All others also helping in that. So such a festival mood is there. Every year they do the yajna for the satisfying the Indra. So, but on that 7 years old, Lord is having 7 years old. On that year, so the Lord is asking, my dear father, why you are doing what you are doing? What is the purpose? What is this festival mood? What is the reason? Then he said, oh, cha, you don't know. So this is for the worshipping Indra. Because of him, we are getting the rains. Then, so Lord said, I have one proposal. If you are ready to hear, then I will tell. Okay, what is that? So you see, we are all dependent on cows, and our cows are going to the Govardhan. They are getting the grass there, and they are drinking the water of ponds there, and also we are getting the milk from those cows, and we are fully dependent on these. And that means our really livelihood sustenance is coming from the Govardhan, not from the Indra. So why you have to worship Indra? Don't worship Indra. Worship Govardhan. Then Nanda Maharaj is very nice. So this boy is so intelligent, my boy, and whatever he said, that is correct. And everyone accepted in the Vraj, and everyone nicely decorated their and themselves, and with full of jewelry and other things, and they cooked food in the bullock carts, big bullock carts, big vessels of kheer and this pakoda, this, that, big. So much grains. First they worshipped the cows, and then after that, so after worshipping the cows, and they took this brahmanas, and then they took this whole material to feed to the Govardhan. Where they came? Here only they came. And you're here. Just where we are sitting now. And they started feeding. And that means they circumambulated to Govardhan, and after that they came to the Aniyor and they started feeding. When they are feeding, so they are thinking, this is a Govardhan, who will take? What will happen? Then Lord thought that, no, these Vrajavasis, they should not get disappointed. And he himself, so on the top of the Govardhan sitting, big, he appeared like a big personality. And on the top of Govardhan is sitting and started heating everything. And everyone thinking, yes, Govardhan is eating, Govardhan is eating. And like that, they all fed and they became so happy. So by seeing this, Indra, so got so angry. And his assistants, they said, see what you are doing with your apsarasas, you are enjoying dance, but what these Vrajavasis are doing? They completely ruled out this year, they are stopping our yajna for you, and you are enjoying here. Then immediately came to know and got angry and saw, my God, these village boys and village men and innocent, ignorant people, they left, they didn't perform yajna for me. So let me show my power to them. Now I will show power. Then he immediately called these, there's one, Samvarta, actually, Samvarta clouds. Samvarta clouds, powerful clouds actually. At the time of devastation, they are used actually generally. And they will rain such a way that water will completely fill everything. And they started pouring the water. And all they got suffering, and then so they are all wanted the protection. All Vrajavasis fully suffered and drowning in the water, and they are becoming helpless. So Krishna immediately understood, and so he lifted Govardhan. Okay, then everyone came into that under the protection of that, like Leelaya, with the one single hand, with the one finger, with the final finger. So he lifted Salilam. Playfully. Salilam means playfully he lifted. It's not that they, so everyone catch that side, and you people, 10 people this side, that side, okay. No, nothing. Simply, just playfully. Like how you will be seeing that in the 10th canto. Like how this boy will pluck the mushroom. The same way he lifted this. And now everyone is thinking, maybe this hill may fall down, so I need to give support. All Vrajavas, they try to give you support. And everyone got such an opportunity. They have 7 days opportunity to see the beautiful face of the Krishna. And all they were relishing this. Okay, it's many things are there after that. After that, Indra was very much scared, and he was going to Brahmaji. And my God, I did such a mistake. What should I do? Now Lord is so much angry on me. Then Brahmaji suggested, don't worry. You go to the mother Surabhi, because Krishna loves Surabhi. And if you put that friend, then he will not show any angry on you. So then he went to the, in Bhoma. So then he went to the Surabhi and he brought that. Then that's Leela goes. That's okay. We don't have time now. In this, factually there is no need. See, second paragraph starting. Factually, there is no need of offering sacrifices to the demigods for their services if one is engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord. Yes, this is a point Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says again and again. If you are going to worship me, there is no need to worship any demigod. That's the same point he said in here also. Govardhan is Krishna only, or sometimes we can call also Govardhan is the best among the devotees, or otherwise both ways. Yeah, Haridasa Varya. So both ways, as a Krishna also can treat. And Krishna is always appearing, even at the age of 20 years age, he is appearing as 16 years old boy only. Okay, this is point we are seeing. Next, Kridan Vane Nishi Nishakara Rashmi Gauryam Rasonmukha Kalapadaya Tamurchitena Uddipitasmararujam Vajrabrudvadhunam Arturarishyati Shirodhana Dhanugasya. Translation: when the Lord was engaged in his pastimes of the rasa dance in the forest of Vrindavan and living the sexual desires of wives of the inhabitants of Vrindavan by sweet and melodious songs, a demon of the name Shankachuda, a rich follower of the treasurer of heaven, kidnapped the damsels, and the Lord severed his head from his trunk. This time, Bhaktivedanta's students, I am going to dare actually to teach this chapter 29 to 33. With the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti. Till now, I will take, generally I teach 10th canto Vaishnav Toshni I take mostly, based upon Vaishnav Toshni and some points from, because you see, Vaishnav Toshni is covering everything and Vishwanath Chakravarti is also taking most of those points and some another way of flavor he gives. So that's why whatever some flavor change, that also we discuss. Otherwise, actually, we have to study only one commentary. If you study 2-3 commentaries on 10th canto also, everything will be spoiled actually. Rasa bhas it will be. It will be rasa bhas. And you will be always forgetting and also thinking what is happening. So that's why we should study only one time, one commentary. That's good. Even in these present classes also, sometimes actually some important points are there from Jiva Goswami we are taking. Otherwise, we are going with the Vishwanath because Vishwanath Chakravarti gives the Anvaya also properly and also elaborately he expands. And some places where Siddhanta is there, then Jiva Goswami is writing big Vatika. So that I am taking. Otherwise, I am following the Vishwanath Chakravarti. But now if in the 9th chapter, 2nd canto 9th chapter, this coming 9th chapter, we will be fully following Jiva Goswami only. Because a lot of Siddhanta is there and many questions. Your second exam is mostly based upon 2nd canto, 2nd exam on that chapter only. That and next 9 and 10. And very important chapters. And many points, many philosophical points will come. Chatusloki Bhagavad. It takes so many hours if we do nicely. Anyway, we are going to extra hours in that time. Not 2.5 hours. Sometimes 3 hours also it will go. So try to prepare for that. It's okay. 3 hours also will teach. Because scheduled time is not sufficient. 3 hours, sometimes 3.5 hours. May go 1 or 2 times. Okay, I am telling before itself. So that you cannot come to the class. So that you will not come to the class. But in exam, that only will come. If you prepare for yourself, you will lose another 3 hours. Okay. Good, actually, if you know that it will be useful for your life. That's why we are giving importance. It's not that the torturing the students is not our goal. So whatever good is for the students, that is the goal. So that we should do. Okay. In this, generally the future appearance, just another 7 minutes. 38 will reach. Or 36, okay. Generally, the future appearance and the activities of the Lord or his incarnations are foretold in the scriptures, and the pseudo incarnations are unable to cheat. So, Prabhupada is writing in this purport, 33rd and the last. What he is writing, that last paragraph. These symptoms, whatever we are seeing that in the description of the Leelas of the Lord, so that will separate, then that will So future of the other incarnations also is so other incarnations and future incarnations also said there. So and activities of the Lord are said there so that you cannot be cheated by the anyone. That is the reason. So by hearing this Leelas, you will understand who is authentic God and who is not. Ye cha pralambakaradardurакешья rishtam मल्लेभकंस यवनः कपिपौण्ड्रकाद्या अन्ये च शाल्वकुजबल्वलदन्वक्रादन्तवक्रा सप्तोक्षशम्बरिविधूरथरुक्मिमुख्याः ये वा मृधे सिमितशालिन आत्तचापाः काम्भोजमत्स्य कुरुसृञ्जय कैकयाद्याः यास्यन्त्यदर्शनमलं बलपार्थ भीमा व्याजाह्वयेन हरिणा निलयं तदीयम्. Translation. Now the Uttarartha. Purvartha we have seen. Now Uttarartha story. So all the 50 onwards. So all demonic personalities like Pralamba, Dhenuka, Baka, Keshi, Arishta, Chanura, Mushtika, Kolaya, Peda, Elephant, Kamsa, Yavana, Narakasura, and Poundrak, great marshals like Shalva, Dvida, Monkey, and Balvala, Dantavakra, the seven bulls, Shambhara, Vidhurtha, and Rukmi, as also great warriors like Kamboja, Matsya, Kuru, Srinjaya, and Kaikeya would all fight vigorously, either with the Lord Hari directly or with him under his names of Baladeva, Arjuna, Bhima, etc. And the demons thus being killed would attain either the impersonal Brahmajyoti or his personal abode in the Vaikuntha planet. So this is the point. Actually, all these are killed by the Lord or his Baladeva, so or otherwise Arjuna or the Bhima, and they went to the. So they got they are free from the material world. So Prabhupada is writing in this from this paragraph in this down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11th line. All persons who participated in the battlefield of Kurukshetra or otherwise with the Lord or with Baladeva and so on would benefit by attaining spiritual existence according to the situation of their minds at the time of death. Those who recognized the Lord would enter Vaikuntha, and those who estimated the Lord as only a powerful being would attain salvation by merging into spiritual existence of the impersonal Brahma Jyoti of the Lord. So that means when whoever is killed by the Lord, if they are able to recognize the Lord, then they are entering into the Vaikuntha, or otherwise they are going to, if they are and just understand he is a powerful man, he killed me, like that they are understanding, then they will go into the Brahma Jyoti. This is the point. Next. Kale namilita diyam vamrushya runam Stokayusham swanigamo batadura paraha Avirhitastvanu yugam sahi satyavatyam Vedadrumam vitapasho vibhajishyati sma. Translation. The Lord himself in his incarnation as the son of the Satyavati Vasudeva will consider his compilation of Vedic literature to be very difficult work. the less intelligent persons with a short life, and thus he will divide the three of Vedic knowledge into different branches according to the circumstances of the particular age. Vasdev. Actually, I will be asked question. I will be asking a question. So explain the leelas related to the Krishna mentioned in the 7th chapter, 2.7. This is the question. One question I am going to ask. Where is the compiler? Where is the compiler? Ganesh. Huh? Uh, uh, list means you should write the translations. Translation means that Leela. About that briefly write the Leelas of Krishna as mentioned in 2. SB 2.7. This 10 marks. How many shlokas are there related to Krishna? From 26 na? 26 to 35. Total 9. That means 10. So 10 marks. Next. Kale. Okay. Okay, what? I should. I read this sloka or not? Okay, now Vasdev. So in the purport it is written, come to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth line. But in the age of Kali, the less intelligent men mistakenly consider the short lifetimes of 100 years, now factually reduced to about 40 to or 60, 40, 40 or 60 years. So to be in all. They are less intelligent because they have no information of the eternity of love. They identify with the temporary material. So Prabhupada is writing here. So since age is progressing, so their span of life is less. So that's why he is. So he is compiling these all the Puranas and Mahabharata. Okay, I said the question. You get from him. You should write, yeah, just they mention the only the slokas, translations. And otherwise just write whatever we discussed little in the class, like that. Not but little. This Leela, Potan Leela, and that. This is a scoring question. This is actually. And 10. The Puranas and Mahabharats are also similar made by Vasudev for different types of men in the modes of material nature. So what Vasudev did, he made the different Puranas. Next, 37. Deva Dvisham Nigama Vartmani Nishtitanam Purvirmayena Vetabhiradrushyaturbi Lokan Ghnatam Mati Vimohamati Pralobham Vesham Vidhaya Bahubhashyata Aushadharyam Aupadharmyam. Okay. Translation. When the atheist, after being well versed in the Vedic scientific knowledge, annihilated inhabitants of different planets, flying unseen in the sky, one will build rockets prepared by the great scientist Maya. The Lord will bewilder their minds by dressing himself attractively as Buddha and will preach on sub-religious principles. So this sloka is telling about the Buddha, Lord Buddha, but here Prabhupada is writing, according to Jiva Goswami, this Buddha is not the Buddha who we take in this yuga. The incarnation, see in the purport, the incarnation of the Lord Buddha is not the same Buddha incarnation we have in the present history of mankind. According to the Srila Jiva Goswami, the Buddha incarnation mentioned in this verse appeared in different Kali age. Okay. Some logic is also given there. In the duration of life of one Manu, there are. And next, unless one is humble and prideless, one cannot be harmless and non-violent. And after being non-violent, one has to learn tolerance and simplicity of living. One must offer respect to the great religious preachers and spiritual leaders and also train the sense of controlled action, learning to be unattached to family and home and enacting devotional service to the Lord. At this ultimate stage, one has to accept the Lord and become his devotee. Otherwise, there is no religion. In religious principles, there must be God in the center. Otherwise, simple moral instructions are merely sub-religious principles. Okay, this is a sloka. Is Jiva Goswami is saying this Buddha is not this Kali Yuga Buddha. He is from the different. I'll tell you few more points also tomorrow. Okay, we'll finish, wind up the class. So we'll start 38 onwards from tomorrow, and we'll see any points from the 37, 1 or 2. Also in tomorrow class. Okay, already 3:13. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki.